It is Thursday. It's the 14th of February. Hello, I'm Monita Rajpal. This is CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. He was one of the undisputed stars of last year's London Olympics, overcoming huge odds to compete in the top tier of athletics. But double amputee sprinter Oscar Pistorius, known to millions as the Blade Runner, is now thought to be in police custody after the fatal shooting of his girlfriend at his South African home. The victim has been identified by a PR rep as 30-year-old Reva Steenkamp. Unconfirmed local reports suggest Pistorius mistook her for an intruder. Again, those are unconfirmed. In Pretoria has shocked people throughout South Africa, where Pistorius has been celebrated as a national hero. In just a moment, we'll talk to CNN World Sports Amanda Davis, to CNN London and World Sports Amanda Davis. Amanda, as Nkapile was saying there, it is a story that has surprised and shocked a lot of people, obviously because of the nature of the story, but because of also just how popular Oscar Pistorius is. Again, we cannot speculate. We don't know much as to what has happened in this story, but again, you met Pistorius during the London Olympics. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Oscar Pistorius, very much a superstar, not just in South Africa, but internationally as well. He's graced the front covers of the likes of GQ magazine. He featured in the Time 100 list because he is really the first athlete to transcend.
Amanda, thank you for that. And do stay with us here on CNN, as of course we will bring you the latest information and details as they emerge from South Africa. Let's bring you up to date on some of the other stories we're also following here on CNN News Center. A deal to create the world's biggest airline is expected to be announced in Dallas today. That is the home of American Airlines, which has been operating for more than a year under U.S. bankruptcy laws, but is now set to merge with U.S. Airways. It is understood the new carrier will fly under the American brand. In South Korea, there has been no change to radiation levels at more than 100 monitoring stations across the country after the North carried out its third nuclear test. Samples collected immediately after Tuesday's test have also failed to detect any radioactive isotopes. Experts say that means the test was well contained, but gives them no insight into how advanced it was. French President François Hollande has arrived in India on what you could call a flying visit when Mr. Hollande sits down with Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. The proposed sale of 126 Rafale warplanes to the South Asian nation is expected to top the agenda. Indian media reports that the deal could be worth some $12 billion to France. Advocacy groups say the number of Tibetans who have set themselves on fire in protest over Chinese rule has risen to 100. The campaign organization Free Tibet says a 37-year-old former monk burned himself to death earlier this month in an ethnically Tibetan area of Sichuan province. Japan's latest output figures show the economy contracted for the third straight quarter, prolonging a recession that began in early 2012. Economic output for the last 3 months of the year contracted by an annual rate of 0.4%. Most economists were forecasting a small increase. Well, all that's more bad news for Japan's recovery prospects and for the newly elected Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. But what's the mood on the street? Alex Zolbert went to find out.
Outside one of the busiest fish markets in the world, the mood these days when it comes to Japan's long-struggling economy.
You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Fresh outrage over a past crime. A savage beating is provoking an outcry in the United States 6 months after it happened. We'll bring you the details straight ahead. You're watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Hello, I'm Monita Rajpal. Stripped and beaten over a $20 debt, and he wasn't even the one who owed it. Now, months later, a video of a savage attack on a New Jersey man has surfaced on YouTube, and as Deborah Farrick reports, it's provoking shock and outrage.
It's disturbing to watch.
Look at the wall.
It's a holiday from hell, a crippled cruise ship at sea with no power, no working toilets, and no way out for the thousands of passengers. But it is set to come to an end as the Carnival ship Triumph is due to arrive in Mobile. David Mattingly joins us now live from Mobile. And David, I guess, what time are we expecting the ship to arrive?
Well, that should be about 10 to 12 hours from now.
Thank you very much for that, David Mattingly. They're live for us in Mobile, Alabama. And do stay with us on CNN as we will bring you live pictures of that ship coming to port in Mobile. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. An Olympic star and a murdered model. What happened at the home of the man known as Blade Runner? Watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. To many, he's a hero, double amputee sprinter. Oscar Pistorius, known to millions as the Blade Runner. Today, he's being questioned by police after his model girlfriend was shot dead in his home. Reva Steenkamp worked for management agency Capacity Relations. Sarah Tomlinson is the company's managing director and joins us now on the phone from Johannesburg. Sarah, thank you very much for being with us. What were you told today about what happened to Reba?
Well, at the moment, we have been in communication with people on the scene. There are no...
A rare blue sky today in Beijing after pollution levels soared to hazardous levels the last few days. Meteorologist Mari Ramos is at the World Weather Center with those details. Hi, Mari.
Hey, yeah, this continues to be a huge problem, of course, for millions of people across East Asia. And then you have the problem of...
Mari, thank you very much. You are watching CNN News Center. I'm Monita Rajpal, live from CNN Hong Kong. Thank you for joining us. We'll update you with the news headlines in just a couple of minutes.